Hey guys, what's up, how's it going? My name is Rob and welcome back to today's video. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys what stocks I'm going to be buying inside my portfolio, and I'll give you guys an update on how my dividend-based Canadian portfolio has been performing since we started the portfolio way back in the beginning of 2020. So this channel has mostly been a big experiment of me trying to build a dividend case study completely from scratch, and these videos that I do on a weekly basis have kind of shown that. And I know I haven't done too many videos recently on the channel. I took a little bit of time off, so I'm trying to get back into the swing of things, and I'm hoping to start getting into the regular routine of publishing some videos on a regular basis. So I just want to apologize for everybody. I know I haven't been too active on the channel lately, but I'm looking to kind of get back in the swing of things and publishing videos on a regular basis. So with all that said and done, let's jump inside the portfolio. I'll give you guys an update and we'll see how our stocks are doing for this week. So here's a quick little update on the portfolio itself since we've been growing it on Wealthsimple Trade. And just a quick little mention here, guys. If you guys are brand new to Wealthsimple Trade, you can sign up to Wealthsimple Trade. Put some links in the description of the video if you guys want to use my affiliate links and whatnot. And my referral code is there as well if you guys want to take advantage of that. But anyways, here's the two accounts in Wealthsimple Trade we've been building since we first started this portfolio. We have a total of $36,000. I know for some people that sounds like a lot of money, but it's honestly just been me kind of putting money away on a regular basis. Maybe it's like 500 bucks a month, maybe it's $1,000 a month kind of thing, and just slowly growing that over time. Definitely had some good months that really helped out that we at the beginning of this year, but now we're kind of going back into kind of being a little bit more regular, about a little bit over $1,000 a month. But it is just me aggressively saving my money or so and throwing it back inside the portfolio, and that's how you guys can see this growth over time. So the two accounts we have is the personal account, which is the newer account that we're kind of building out, and then we have the TFSA account, which is our older account, and this one's just been slowly growing. So this is the big one. We always kind of update because it's the long-term one, and you guys can see how these stocks grow over the long term and whatnot. So over the past day, the portfolio is looks like it's down at -0%, which is $123. So it looks like we opened up today with a little bit of a dip, but whatever, it's not a big deal. Over the past week, the portfolio is up 1%, which is $170. Over the past month, we're up 2%, so a little bit of growth over the past month inside the portfolio. That's about $600 in total. Over the past 3 months, we're up $2,000. So that means over the past 3 months, the portfolio has grown up by 7%, which is actually quite a bit of growth. Once again, a lot of that coming from our Canadian stocks at the beginning of the year. And then if we go over the past year, the portfolio is up 18%. And as you guys can see on this little graph here, this little black line is our net deposits. And then this little blue line or green line, whatever color it is here, that's how the portfolio has grown. So you can just see it's just been a steady growth. And towards the end of 2020 and the beginning of 2021, we've seen a lot of growth here. But we're starting to see a little bit of growth again there. So it's just been growing on a consistent basis, and to be up 18% is pretty cool. And like I mentioned, everybody, we focus on good quality stocks. We're not trying to skip ahead here. We're just kind of being consistent. And the number one thing you can do to kind of accelerate is to just put more money in your portfolio and buy good quality stocks. I cannot stress that enough, and that's kind of what we've been doing here. And if we switch over to the personal account, which is the newer account that we're focusing on, you guys can see it's pretty much more or less the same thing. Over the past day, we're down -1%. Over the past week, sitting about 0 or so. Past month, we're up 1%. In the past 3 months, which is probably most of the portfolio length, we're up 1%. So the personal account, once again, is pretty much just an extension of the TFSA. And over time, we're slowly going to be growing it and basically matching the same stocks to some extent. So as you guys can see, the whole goal of this channel is basically to grow our stocks slowly over time. And that's kind of what we do. We invest into good quality Canadian companies that have a good, strong history of growing over time, growing their dividends. And that's kind of the basis of the channel. And it's really simple, really basic investing. It's not too complicated, and it's definitely for the long term. But I do believe it is the best type of investing, especially if you're a beginner and you don't want to get things, or you don't want to make things too complicated inside your portfolio. So let's jump back inside, and I'm going to show you guys actually what stocks I actually hold. So here's a quick little update on the stocks inside my portfolio before I show you guys which ones I'm buying. Like I always mention, when I do these videos, you can pretty much buy any of these stocks at any good time, because if they're going to be long-term growth stocks, it doesn't really matter if you buy them if they're up or if they're down. We're just kind of looking for long-term growth, so you can buy them any day, any time of the day you want. I usually just go through a market buy and I buy them and purchase them that way, because I'm not worried about the dip or nothing like that, or if they're up or if they're down, because they're just going to grow long-term. So who cares at the end of the day? And here's some stocks here. So the main ones we have are Algonquin Power and Utilities. We have Alimentation Couche-Tard. We have MFC Manulife, which has taken a bit of a hit recently, is actually one of the stocks we're going to be looking at today. And then we have TELUS, which has been pretty consistent. We have TD, which is my favorite bank stock. And then we have some ETFs at the bottom, which we've just been consistently investing on a regular basis because, you know, I'm a big fan of ETF investing, especially for beginners. Just a really hands-off, easy way of growing your portfolio. And, you know, time has just shown us that you find a good quality ETF that has a good history, good stocks, good growth. It's just an easy way of doing investing. So the two ETFs we're going to focus on today is going to be VFV and VDY. So we're going to be putting a little bit of money into these two. Let's talk about VFV really quickly here. So VFV is our S&P 500 US fund. We use it for our exposure to the US market because the US market has a lot of growth. Also with the US currency and whatnot, there's that too. But the main focus is just to kind of have a good chunk of our portfolio in US stocks because I'm a big fan of diversification and I love the growth that these stocks have. And even if it is a dividend portfolio, you know, the growth really does help overall. So we always try to make a little bit of my portfolio in the US stocks here. So inside the TFSA, we've been holding VFV for quite a while here. It's up 8%, so that's a growth of $713, sorry, inside the TFSA. And then in the personal account over the past month or two, it's actually up 3%, and we hold 8 shares, which is $750. So I do want to grow this holding over time. So today, we're going to be going in here inside the personal account. I have $400 to trade today because I haven't really bought anything that much in the past week or two. I've kind of been holding my money to the end of the month kind of thing. So I'm going to be buying about, I think we'll buy about 2 shares of VFV, put that order through. And once again, that's kind of giving me my exposure to the US market. And I always try to make sure to buy at least some type of ETF every single time I go in and buy stocks, just to be consistent. And the next one we're going to buy is VDY. So VDY is our Canadian-based Vanguard high dividend yield ETF. It's been really good for us and I'm a really big fan of it. Just to let you guys know, I will be doing a video on Canadian monthly dividend ETFs pretty soon. I'm going to go over a couple ones that I think are good quality, some interesting ones. So definitely look out for that video. I know a lot of you guys like the monthly dividend ETFs, so I'm going to be focusing on that video probably coming out over the next couple of days or so. So VDY has been pretty good for us. As you guys can see here in the TFSA, we have 223 shares, so it's probably one of my largest holdings, I think, and it's up 19-20%. So it's probably one of the better growing stocks inside my portfolio, or ETFs, I should say. And inside the personal account, we're up about 4%, and we have 41 shares. So I do want to grow this over time, and it just holds a lot of good dividend stocks. So we'll put $100 in today. I think actually we'll put in about $80, which is close to 100. So we actually have some extra money to buy the stock that I'm going to show you guys today. And the stock I'm going to be focusing on today, just go back here, it's going to be none other than, like I mentioned earlier, it's going to be Manulife. So Manulife is a stock that's got hit quite a bit. It did really good at the start of the year. We go over the past year or so, we can see a huge increase kind of towards the end of the pandemic, and then we see a little bit of a dip here. So because I do think this is a good long-term stock, and they had a really good year last year, they kind of showed us that they've been resilient through the pandemic, and they've just been growing on a regular basis. You know, earnings growth, they're pretty consistent dividends, pretty good payout ratio and whatnot. I think this company is going to kind of go back up and do well long term. Unfortunately for them, they've just been hit over and over with different things like the financial crisis and then the housing crisis and then the pandemic. But I do believe long term this company has been adjusting, it's been doing well, and it's been showing that it has a lot of potential here. So I'm going to be buying the rest of the money we have today, which is $108 in Manulife. Manulife's currently trading at $24 Canadian. So I'll put probably, let's see what it adds up to here on the bottom. We'll buy 4 shares in Manulife. And just to give you guys a quick little update, Manulife is currently, we have 49 shares, which is a good chunk of our TFSA. It's currently up 8%. It was up like 15 to 20%, but then it took a bit of a dip. But once again, I do believe in the long term of the company. And we can see it's down negative 7% in my personal account since that dip kind of just happened recently. So I'm going to buy 4 shares today, and we're going to be buying some Manulife, and I think that's the main stock I'm going to be focusing on and maybe taking a peek at and kind of watching for the month of July. Now, before we end this video, I want to go really quickly and kind of talk about some of the dividend growth inside the portfolio, because I think that's a really, really important concept, and I think everybody likes to see their dividends grow over time, and that's certainly happened in this portfolio. So on this channel isn't just like a stock investing channel where I show you guys what stocks I'm buying and whatnot. It's also to show you guys my journey and how I learn more about personal finance and how I'm kind of progressing through life. And I think that's been really cool. It's been really helpful for me to keep motivated and whatnot. So one of the big things we're going to talk about here, and I'm going to kind of show you guys, is how the dividend income has grown over time and how that's kind of helped me out in regards to helping to pay for some of the simple things in life, and how you really don't need like $1 million portfolio to make thousands of dollars a month to kind of start to get some value from your investing. So let's jump inside the portfolio. We'll show you guys some of the dividends that I've got over the past couple weeks or so, and I'll show you guys the monthly growth of the dividends over time as well. And here's the recent dividend income for the portfolio, so you guys can see how these dividends have been growing over time. So the most recent one we have here is actually from Manulife itself. I know I talked about that stock earlier, but they paid a dividend on June 21st, and we got the dividend from the TFSA, which has a larger holding of Manulife of $13.72, and then we got a dividend from Manulife in our personal account, which is $5. So they have a pretty good, decent dividend yield, as shown here. And if we go down a little bit further, here's some other ones we got for the month, so you guys can just kind of see here. We have a dividend from Severia Corp, we have H&R REIT, VDY. The big dividend we got from June was $30, and then RioCan, another one from VDY from a personal account, Enbridge, Fortis, and that includes the dividends for June. And let's take a quick little peek at the dividend growth over time inside the portfolio. And here's the dividends earned inside the portfolio on a monthly basis. I've kind of been tracking this inside just a really basic spreadsheet here to see the dividend income earned over time, so I can keep myself motivated and show you guys how it does grow as time goes on. We're all the way up to month number 18 on the portfolio, which is June. We're going into July. Our total dividend income is $651 for the portfolio. And if I go over to the right here, I'll show you guys a cool little graph that basically shows the growth over time. So you can see, like in the beginning, it was just it wasn't even $1 for the first month, and the second month I think we got like $1 or $2, and then it's just been consistently growing as we've been aggressively depositing more money inside this portfolio, and we are taking the dividends and reinvesting them inside the portfolio on a regular basis to keep that money growing over time and whatnot. And you can see here we had a really good month in on month number 16, and then 17 was a little bit lower because we didn't have as many dividend payouts, and then month number 18 was another good dividend payout. And I do predict month number 19, I think we might be month number 16. But again, the whole purpose of this portfolio isn't to get high yields, it's to kind of grow it over time, get that dividend growth over time, plus the stock appreciation. So, and you guys can see how all those things kind of combine together, kind of really help out our return and the return of the portfolio in the long term. And one of the big things I've been kind of doing on this channel is to see if I could live off my dividends 100%. It's kind of been an interesting case study. I've kind of just been picking a few things here and there. I've kind of put a bunch of stuff that I don't usually use away, and it's kind of allowed me to kind of just focus on some of the simple things and really appreciate some of the little things in life that even just a little bit of money can buy. So I've kind of been updating you guys on a weekly basis on the things I've been buying, and we're trying to stay below our monthly dividends and our total dividends and whatnot, just to kind of, you know, play around and have some fun with it. It's not 100%, and I don't follow it 100% by any means, but it kind of just keeps me in line and keeps me motivated and keeps me kind of looking to achieve my goals. So here's what I bought for this week with my dividends, and here's a quick little update on how much we've spent and on all the different things that I've bought with my dividend income so far. Alright, so one of the very easier things that I've been doing to get entertainment is listening to CDs and movies. So here's the new CD I bought. I haven't bought one for a while. This is by one of my favorite artists. This is a really cool, interesting modern day pop CD. So I bought that. That was about, I think it was about $20 for the CD, and I've been listening to that. It's been really cool. And then this other movie I bought here was Finding Neverland. This is from my movies, the top movies of all time. Girlfriend really liked this one. This is a nice little romantic type of, kind of playful type of movie, good for the family, whatnot. So that was a lot of fun too, and we watched that. The other thing I got here is I got this cheap little frisbee. A friend gave this to us, and we went to the park the other day and played frisbee, and it was actually surprising how much fun it is. And it, like, you know, you can buy a frisbee for a couple bucks. So just simple things like can add a lot of value to life and be a lot of fun. So that's the things that I bought for this week. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about that. Guys, so that's it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did like the video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. And if you guys want to follow alongside with me to see these updates and be notified of when I do post them, be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. So take care. Hope you guys have yourself a good day. I'll see you guys later, and bye-bye.